Have you ever had that moment where you're lying awake at 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling? And suddenly your chest feels tight because you're thinking about money? Not because you want fancy things, not because you're greedy. But because you're scared. Scared of running out. Scared of making a mistake. Scared of not being able to take care of yourself. That fear, that silent pressure, that invisible weight, nobody prepared you for it. Nobody told you that growing up means calculating every decision in your head, wondering if you're doing life right, or if everything could crash with just one wrong move. But here's the part that's never said out loud: you're not feeling this pressure because you're weak. You're feeling it because you care. You want a stable life. You want safety. You want peace. And when you want something that deeply, the pressure gets loud. But what if that pressure isn't here to crush you? What if it's here to shape you, slowly, quietly, powerfully, into someone unstoppable? Stay with me for the next few minutes, because you're about to hear something you were never taught: how to take the weight that's sitting on your chest and turn it into strength inside your bones. How to stop feeling scared of money, and start feeling in control of your life again. Let's begin. The pressure of money in your 20s is strange. It doesn't announce itself loudly. It shows up quietly in the background, when you hesitate before tapping your card. When you choose not to order something because you're unsure, when you feel a sting of fear opening your banking app. It sneaks into your mornings, sits with you during work, and whispers again at night. You're navigating responsibilities you never had to deal with before, and you're doing it without a manual. Every bill, every payment, every new decision feels like a test you didn't study for. And yet, you're still showing up. You're still trying. That effort alone says more about your strength than you realize. Money pressure isn't only about numbers. It's the emotional load attached to them. It's the heaviness you feel when you want to do something but first calculate how much it will cost. It's the feeling of guilt after spending on something that made you happy for a moment. It's the tiredness from thinking so much before every small decision. But here's the truth: worrying doesn't mean you're broken. It means you care about your life, your future, and your peace. Each worry is coming from a place of responsibility, not failure. This emotional weight exists because you're trying to protect yourself, and that's not weakness, that's awareness. Your 20s often feel like stepping into a new world without warning. Suddenly, there are bills, rent, groceries, savings, emergencies, responsibilities. All needing attention. And through all this, you're also figuring out who you are, what you want to become, and how to build the life you dream of. This stage isn't easy, and it's not supposed to be. It's the foundational decade where you learn how to stand on your own feet. You're learning how to make decisions, how to recover from mistakes, how to manage yourself emotionally and financially. This decade is building you silently, layer by layer. When money pressure feels huge, the solution isn't to make huge changes. It's to make small, steady ones. The kind that don't overwhelm you. Tracking your expenses for the first time may feel tiring. But it gives clarity. Saving even a tiny amount each month may feel useless, but it builds discipline. Learning one new skill every few weeks might seem slow, but it becomes a foundation for your future income. The small steps you take today become the strong structure you stand on tomorrow. And the most beautiful part is, every effort counts. Nothing you're doing is wasted. More than money itself, what gives peace is knowing you can depend on yourself. That confidence doesn't come from luck. It comes from habits. The habit of planning ahead. The habit of pausing before emotional decisions. The habit of learning. The habit of showing up even when life feels heavy. These habits build a version of you that feels secure, stable, and grounded. A version of you who doesn't panic when things go wrong, because you know you can handle it. These habits slowly turn into strength you can feel in your bones. One of the biggest causes of pressure in your 20s is the belief that you must keep hustling constantly or you'll fall behind. But rest is not the enemy of progress. Rest is the fuel of progress. Your mind can't think clearly when it's exhausted. Your emotions can't heal when you're constantly stressed. Your decisions can't be wise when you're overwhelmed. Give yourself permission to pause. Take breaks without guilt. Recover when life feels heavy. You're allowed to take care of yourself while building your future. Sometimes money pressure hits hardest when you don't talk about it. When you carry every fear alone, the weight doubles. You don't have to tell the world, but letting your feelings out, even privately to yourself, reduces the burden. Journaling, talking to someone you trust, or even recording a voice note to yourself can create emotional space. When you release the pressure, even a little, clarity returns. And clarity is what brings solutions. When you're in your 20s, every mistake feels final. Every setback feels dangerous. But the truth is, this is the decade meant for learning. You're not expected to have a perfect financial life. You're expected to learn how to build one. You're not stuck. You're in the middle of growth. You're not lost. You're in the middle of becoming. And becoming takes time. There comes a moment in everyone's life when the weight doesn't feel like a weight anymore. It feels like a reminder of how far you've come. That moment arrives the day you realize, I didn't break. I grew. Pressure doesn't disappear overnight. But it becomes manageable. It becomes something you can handle. And someday soon, it becomes something you're grateful for, because it shaped the strongest version of you. Money pressure may feel like a storm now, but storms aren't meant to destroy you, they're meant to reshape you into someone stronger, calmer, wiser, and more capable than ever before. Every day you make a small choice to learn, save, grow, or show up, you're proving to yourself that you are stronger than your fear. You're not trying to build a perfect life, you're building a stable one, a peaceful one, a life where you can breathe without worry, and you are already moving toward it step by step. Don't let pressure turn into self-doubt, turn it into fuel. Don't let fear freeze your future, let courage guide your next move. You are becoming someone powerful, someone reliable, someone grounded, someone who can survive anything and still rise. Keep moving forward, keep believing in your quiet strength, keep choosing progress over panic, and the life you dream of will eventually meet you halfway. Your story is not about pressure, it's about transformation.